Hey everybody, welcome back. Oh yeah, that's right. We lost on Twitch yesterday. It's been a while since I paid out the doubters on Twitch. We had that awesome lost victory yesterday. So just it's a streak of 0, but on the YouTube side, it's kind of a streak of 1. Oh no, that's tainted Jacob. Tainted Jacob Hush Mega Satan? Are you stupid? That's okay, sure. I find Tainted Jacob very fun. It's possible this one will be over before it even begins. Or will it? Hey, look at that. Also, the Master of Diagonal Walking is logged on. I'm feeling good today. It's been a good couple of days, honestly. I wish I could walk diagonally through that. It's been a good couple of days. Slay the Spire has been going surprisingly well, which is not something that happens often enough for me to be, like, jaded about it. And of course, yesterday, it depends on when you're watching this, but yesterday I did play some Gartic Phone with a host of other streamers, as well as Jagmeet Singh, the candidate for, the federal New Democrats party leader and candidate for Burnaby South in the upcoming Canadian election, which was great. I had an awesome time. I thought it went really well, all things considered. But also, it's just, I was nervous, man. Like, you probably didn't see it on the screen because I'm such a pro. You were like, this guy seems so at ease. But I was like, even my appetite was like a little bit screwed up that day. So to just be like through it on the other side and have also the experience of it having gone well, now I can sit back and enjoy it and be like, oh, that was a really cool thing. For me and hopefully for him and the other people involved as well. But yeah, it's that feeling like, it's very similar to the idea of public speaking. I think if you're anxious about public speaking, I must confess, as a schoolboy, like everybody else, I was anxious about public speaking. Now, not so much. Like, I honestly think. And I'm anxious about a lot of things. I'm not trying to flex and say like, oh, I've gotten over any anxiety that could have possibly existed. It's more that like, yeah, you got it. You're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up. Thank you. And we will take this and then just move on. We don't need to kill him on this floor. It's not necessary. Although, you know what? I'll probably look for my secret rooms now, or at least one of them. But I honestly think like. I'm at the point in my life where public speaking, I just feel like neutral about it, if that makes sense. In some ways, I would say like I'm excited to do it. Even in a situation where I was like unprepared, like I think if I was at a Vancouver Canucks game, and they were like, hey, come on down to like center ice and give a 5-minute speech about, something. I think we say no there, unfortunately. I think I would be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I think I would figure it out, and I would be relatively okay. Now, if you were like, hey, can you sign your name while somebody watches? I would be like, oh! Every once in a while, I completely screw up a signature, but public speaking, not a problem right now. Okay, take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. But I would equate the feeling that I have right now to when you were anxious about speaking in public. Maybe, let's say it's like 8th grade, you got to give a little 5-minute speech. But then now you've gone and you can just bask in that feeling of relief. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I also want to give you a life pro tip. I'm not sure if anybody has ever found themselves in this position, but it's possible you may in the future. Even if you don't live in Canada, if you ever find yourself getting tweeted or added by one of the party leaders of your political system, my advice for you is just go ahead, and this is called self-care. just go ahead and mute that thread immediately. Jugmeat added me a few times, you know, for promotional purposes, and I'm happy he did, don't get me wrong. First time it happened, man, I wish that these were better. First time it happened, I read some of the most insane replies I've ever seen in my life, and then I thought of a certain Tyler the Creator tweet, and I just muted the thread, and honestly, I had a wonderful day. Really gives you an idea for, like, the amount of insanity that gets tweeted to, you know, enormous public figures on a daily basis to begin with, but oh, this is a tougher diagonal walk. Because we had one guppy item, I was willing to try that, even if it cost us a little extra overall. It is funny to see, though, and I'm not trying, like, the event was really good. There's just, I mean, anytime you have anything even politics adjacent, these people weren't even part of my audience. They're just, like, you know, literally, like, you know, the kind of Twitter users where, like, every political stance they have is represented by an emoji in their Twitter handle. They're like, it's so childish that this guy's, like, playing video games in the middle of an election campaign. And I was just like, man, it's, like, so, like, Canadian. I hate to say it, but, like, if any of these candidates were, like, you know, in the Muskokas, sitting on a chair on their dock, like slamming Alexander Keiths or Sleeman Honeybrown, people would be like, that's so Canadian. But, like, if you know, a young and popular leader playing a video game, they're like, this is unreasonable. This is ridiculous. Hold on, we now, because we can get free deals with the devil here, we want to fight. That way we can get the ability to fly, become the Lost, get the free deals with the devil. Just don't get hit from that point onwards. World's changing, Grandpa. You know, serious people can play video games. Elon Musk plays Overwatch. I'm not saying... Look, I'm... Hold on, I'm not trying to alienate you. Just stick with me on this one, okay? Just stick with me. A lot of spacebar items on this floor, but we made it work. I mean, we take, for sure. What else is the option? We've gulped our trinket. That's actually kind of nice. Our card... The stars would remove Guppy's collar. That's an interesting choice. It would remove Guppy's collar and spawn 2 items from the current pool. Well, we know what pools are best. Which bear is best? Well, that depends on the criteria. I mean, false. Black bear. The Office, anybody? Anybody heard of the show? The Office? We're supposed to make Hush, okay? We're also supposed to make Mega Satan, now that I think about it. I think all of that fell by the wayside as soon as I started this run, so I apologize for that. That's not a secret room. You're not an intellectual. This could be a secret room. It's not. If you know what? Then our secret room is going to be above the curse room. I think I'm willing to sack Guppy's collar. And it's a risk, don't get me wrong. I understand the consequences. Because here's the thing, is I'm going to pause just in case we can make Hush. People are going to be like, well, you know, you could get 2 more Guppy items. That's true. And then I would feel bad that we couldn't get Guppy. But we could also get 3 Guppy items. That could still happen. We're minimizing our chances at a speculative gain to hopefully get a different kind of speculative gain. I am upset a little because I don't feel like we can take Missing No on this run. It's already a little too crazy. The D Infinity is really it's good, okay? Just full stop. I think we'll D6 these, even though I love Sulfur, we'll D6 these because this pool is good. And Transcendence is actually a beautiful pickup. This gets us closer to what we were looking for, which is Bookworm. And then we'll re-roll it again. It spawns a random shop item or pickup. I think this kind of sucks for this run, but I think as the keeper, it's like incredible, right? So this is it's good. The D Infinity is better, I would say, than what we were rocking, even though Sulfur is incredible. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, I guess we could D100 ourselves into a spot where, like, we could possibly just respawn, maybe as Dark Judas, for example. But I'm happy to try to let this run go. I actually relish the opportunity to play as Tainted Jacob. I don't think we're gonna do Mega... Well, I don't know, we actually could do Mega Satan. Hush is a bit of a pipe dream right now, but, you know, who knows? If we keep getting, like, deals with the devil and not being, not getting exposed to these floors where we get 5 spacebar items and can only leave with one of them, then anything could happen, really. But yeah, I had fun with it, and, you know, I think one of the lessons for me, like, being online, and it's taken a long time to learn it, but the other thing I'll say is everybody thinks that they would learn it faster if they were in, you know, another person's shoes, but it's not that easy when it's you, man. It's always easy. I did not become the Lost. I think I'm the Lost. I have no HP. I'm the Lost. Okay, so that was just horrible timing. That's not so bad. Well, we know what we have to do then. You have to die. But I think I've just come to terms with the fact, you know, it's like an old Modest Mouse song, you know? I don't think you can make everyone happy. And especially, I feel like the internet has gotten, like, increasingly insane. And as a result, believe it or not, although you might think it would make someone less likely to be involved in stuff like this, it actually is more likely to be involved in stuff like that. Because, like, when relatively benign subjects get kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When they get turned into, you know, such highly political, like, firebrands, then you're like, well, I might as well have a... I'm not, like, becoming a politics channel, but I might as well, you know, not be as reserved about it as I've been in the past, because, I mean, everything's political already. I'm gonna get sneezed on and killed. We need to find a way out of here. You know what? It's like, I mean, y'all done fricked around. Now you're gonna find out. Hey, let me out. I'm just joking. I mean, I get the idea. People don't want, like, everything that they watch to be political, and trust me, I'm in the same boat. Like, I talk some politics stuff with my family, for sure. Don't hit me. You can't hit me and kill me. I'm not in danger of becoming a channel where, you know, all of a sudden we're going to be watching, like, I don't know, Joe Rogan clips or something like that. Mostly because I just find, you know, I like to be entertaining in my own way instead, but... It was, let me put it this way, I think like a few years ago I would have hesitated to be a part of this. But now I'm like, Deuce. Oh, you jerk! You telefragging piece of... Re-randomize me. That's my own fault for getting hit in the first place. Oh, dude, Tainted Lilith, Blue Baby. That's a dream come true. There's my Isaac window, by the way. Okay, that hurts me. Tainted Lilith to Blue Baby. Now we're talking. Tainted Lilith is a lot of fun. Anyway, so that's, you know, it's been a good, it feels good today. Also, I really can't stress enough. I had a great time being part of the stream. I enjoyed myself immensely. But I'm, like, equally stoked about the fact that I've had 2 really good Slay the Spire runs in a row. I don't think you should take that as an indictment of the amount of fun that I had on yesterday's Gartic Phone stream. I think instead you should acknowledge that Slay the Spire for me is such a Herculean task that I have chained myself to the mast of right now until we, you know, find the resolute strength to get us through. That every successful run just inches me closer to absolution. I'm also, I mean, I'll spoil it for you, okay? We're now on A20. Which is like the hardest. Well, I mean, it's the highest difficulty, but without mod in the game, and it's really hard for me at least. And you can maybe make it harder by fighting an optional boss as well, but I'm not quite at that level personally. for that to even be aspirational, and most people seem to agree. They're like, NL, are you ever going to do A20 heart runs? And I'm like, I don't know if I have the capability within myself to do that without a lot of training. And they're like, yes, you're right. No one's like, just go ahead and do it. Everybody's like, no, that's a very good point. I've noticed that about you. And last time, you know, when I got to A20, I was playing as 3 characters the last time, but I arrived like battered and bruised, like ready to never play the game again. Admittedly, let's not count our chickens before they hatch, but I'm like on A20 now, and I'm like, if we win a run pretty early on, I think I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't want to leave. Don't let me leave, Murph. I'm having a good time. So that's what's going on, basically. Should be a good time. Hey, can I tell you so? I feel like a real grown-up. That suit that I got fitted for a few weeks ago finally arrived. I now own a custom-tailored suit. And I'm not a suit guy, but I think it looks pretty cool. I was thinking maybe I'd become one of those guys that like wears a suit all the time. You know what I'm talking about, you know, you ever have that guy show up to like your freshman year college classes back when, you know, in-person learning was still a thing before the forever pandemic started? Always a guy who, like, you know, the Tuesday after Labor Day shows up to Buy All 101 wearing a 3-piece suit. Everybody else is like still in their pajamas. I think we're going to ignore the deal with the devil, quite frankly. I was thinking of becoming that guy. A lot of people would, like, maybe not make fun of that guy, but be like, that guy, oh my god, oh my god. Be like, that guy's got his finger on the wrong pulse. Not me. I'm like, maybe that guy's got it all figured out. Then I put on the suit jacket, and I was like, oh man, this is sick. Then I went to put on the shirt, and I was like, this thing's got buttons? Screw that. So I don't think I'm going to become a suit guy. But it's ooh. I mean, why did I get a suit? Well, I need a suit because you, as an adult, you have to wear one from time to time. Right now, sure. The reason that I got it was for my daughter's first birthday party. And it's, like, there's a cultural difference here, right? Like, I think it depends, like, certain segments of North America, like, from a demography standpoint, have a reputation for, like, insanely arbitrary celebrations. I think the most maligned one, the one that's most hated, is definitely the gender reveal, where you go out into the California highlands and then just light off amateur pyrotechnics and kickstart the worst wildfires that the world has ever seen, just to be like, it's a boy, which nobody cares about except you and your partner, to be honest. And maybe your parents as well, but they can also just, you could just phone them. I recognize that I'm not in danger of sacrificing any sacred cows here. Like, pretty much everybody listening to this is gonna be like, I agree with your point, and that always makes me feel like a bit of a chump. I prefer to, you know, because it's a 90s comedian takes a hit of a cigarette on stage. You know what really grinds my gears? When people say please and thank you. It's like, I don't need your permission to drink this coffee. And sorry. Sometimes it just takes over. What the heck is the chariot ? Turn into, oh, yeah, it's become a statue. Okay. We should go to the curse room. What am I thinking here, man? I will say, by the way, if you have a gender reveal party, I actually think, and this is where I'm in danger of alienating people, I think if that's your business, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Like, it's no stupider than a lot of parties that get thrown. You know, like, it's important to some people, and it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, the Super Bowl? Yeah, you can have a party. But this, you can't have a party. just like don't litter or commit arson. I think would be like a nice little starting point. And if you could do either of those, then what you do in your, I mean, I would never have known that these even existed if it weren't for you know, all the accidents where, again, amateur fireworks ended up like killing people at gender reveal parties, which is just kind of like the dumbest way to die I could ever imagine. I talk a lot of smack. I better make sure, like, I die in a dignified way. I can't die on the toilet after all the smack that I've talked, which is tough, because I do spend probably, I would say, like, 3% of every day on the toilet. Let me think about that. No, I can't back that up. 20 minutes is, 1/3 of around 4%. Okay, so like I said, about 1% of the day on the toilet. You don't need to know this about me, but since you asked, I'm a long pooper. I enjoy it. I find some solace in those moments. It's one of the only times you have an excuse to kind of like meditate, you know? If you're like, you know, I can't get out of something by being like I'm recording, but I can get out of something by being like, my bowels require me to be in the bathroom right now. Now, maybe I put some sauce on it from time to time. Maybe I am like, you know, I could have been out of here 5 minutes earlier, but I'm enjoying this article I'm reading or whatever. There's that. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Ready? Ready, steady, go. Bold strategy to say go and then wait. I think we could get rid of petrified poop now. Yeah, maybe actually some blue spiders. Just wait for it, wait for it. This is a little spicy. Now, I'm not willing to walk back for that earlier red heart, but it is what it is. So I would hesitate to say, like, you know, that's crazy in North America, like, the first birthday is not that big of a deal. Just, you know, get some Wendy's or something. It's not like they're gonna remember. I actually, like, don't disagree in principle, but at the same time, in Korean culture, the first birthday is very important. There's a ceremony called Dol, which, you know, you dress them up in the traditional Korean outfit of the hanbok and, you know, etc., etc. It's very important for the parents and for the grandparents especially. So, you know, it's a semi-formal event where I needed a suit. I also just always with the spacebar items, man. I also just didn't have a suit, which is kind of embarrassing. Nope, that's okay. So I'm happy to have one. That's a little dangerous, huh? Because anytime I like went to a wedding or any event, I mean, I'm not like shying away from saying the word funeral. It's just like, I mean, I'm not trying to flex either. It's just it's been a while. It's not like I can wear this to a funeral either. It's like a suit jacket that has little sailboats on the lining. Okay, so actually, this card sucks for us. But if we... Oh, I can move again! I can walk! How dare you? Whatever, wait, just give me my deal with the devil here and I'll be happy. This is such a strange run right now. I'm not playing well. That health down, oh my god. That health down really screwed us, man. Please give me like a Hierophant. Temperance, Ace of Clubs, Two of Hearts. It seems like it could be important. How about a Wheel of Fortune that explodes into a trinket we could not need less? Ace of Clubs, Temperance. I mean, let's use this Two of Hearts, okay? Am I doing anything on this run? Like, I think we just gotta go down to the next floor. Ace of Clubs is pretty good. I think. Spiders? Thank you. I still have the utmost confidence that we can, like, beat Blue Baby on this run. I just don't have the utmost confidence that we can, get to Blue Baby. Oh my god, it's just like, I'm not trying to be super, you know, negative on this one, but like, there's so much negativity abounding. Where is, hold on. Just a brief jump? We don't know what the card is? Oh my god. Both pills unidentified. The chariot it's such a slap in the face after how it just screwed us as Tainted Lilith to begin with. Alright, just get the banter going, man. Just open the banter hole. Have some coffee. It's a Tears upgrade. That's pretty good. Hey, get out of here. That doesn't work on bosses. Hey, McFly, those shoes don't work on water. Give me my spirit heart, please. I've earned it. I fought for it. I would desire it. Thank you. Thank you. Almost died getting it, but that's okay. Yeah, anyway, I didn't own a suit, so I was happy to get a suit. Now I don't have to go, like, shirt and jacket shopping anytime there's, like, a wedding. I mean, really, like, I don't work in a capacity that requires me to wear a suit, for one. And then for two, I don't have, that hurt me. That hurt me a lot, but I don't have, like, that many, friends, honestly. And I mean mostly, like, IRL. And I don't mind it necessarily, but it's just like when, you know, if you got a large family, or, thank you, then I can understand, like, you probably wear your suit a lot, but I have a small family that I live relatively far apart from, and all of my friends are, like, with all due respect, like, doomer millennials who, it seems like are never, like, they're happy just being, like, common law with their partner and not actually engaging in, like, the marriage industrial complex, which is their choice and I totally respect, but also none of them have, like, died, which is a blessing. But it hasn't, it's also meant that I haven't had a cause to really, like, you know, wear a suit that much. Which is I consider myself lucky for it, but that's the main reason. I'm happy to have one now. It's just like one more thing. Like now, if some of my friends decide to get married, you know, I don't have to be like, I don't have to make it about me. You guys are really gonna get married? You're really gonna make me get a suit? Just so I can eat dinner? Okay, fine. Oh, hold on. We got Tooth and Nail. This run, by the way, it's amazing how fast things change. Like, 2 rooms later now. And I'm like, this is an easy win. This is now, like... We face no sincere problems, I think. After everything we've been through. 5,000 years of human evolution, and we've barely begun to scratch the surface of what we're capable of. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. I don't even know if that's the quote. It's been a while. No thank you. Not yet, anyway. That's Sci-Fly, baby. The Sci-Fly is a little old fly where we can get together. Sci-Fly, baby. What a champion. So anyway, that's what's going on in my life. I'm just having a good time. It feels much more casual now. I would be remiss if I didn't mention I was a part of the Spelunky 2 anniversary stream that noted Spelunky streamer and insanely good Spelunky player Xanagir organized yesterday. So Bear, Taffy, Mouth, Xanagir, and myself did some Spelunky 2 runs for charity. Had I would describe it as a wonderful time. It was a bit of a strange streaming day for me, which again is something like historically I've said no to a lot of things just because I was happy, and I still am. I'm not disappointed being in my own lane, but really, like, over the past couple of years, I've gotten in the habit of saying yes to more stuff, you know? Like, just, I'm trying to think over the course, like, let's say, what have I done over the past year that I probably wouldn't have said yes to, like, a couple years ago? And by the way, all of it has turned out well. Probably the Spelunky 2 stream, probably both Jugmeat streams, a deal with the angel, to sleep, perchance to dream. I actually will take advantage of the Wisps here. As good as Blue Candle is, let's interface with some of these newer items. I probably wouldn't have even replied to Levy's original messages like last fall about learning and playing some chess together. Since playing some chess with Levy, you know, that first off, I had a great time just talking with him in general. I had a great time with the lessons that led to us being part of Among Us Twitch Rivals together, which is still something that seems kind of surreal because neither of us are switched into the Among Us scene at all. But then also, you know, went on Levy's podcast, went on Elo Swap, have a great time. And who knows, you know, I probably would have said no to some chess stuff a couple of years ago. I've been now a part of several Twitch Rivals for chess, and, you know, as a result of that, I got introduced to the Botez sisters, and that has led to me being part of the Botez Bullet tournament. Then I did some hand and brain with Voyboy, noted Rust and League of Legends streamer. Like, there's a lot that has come about as a result of saying yes to this stuff. I did the DLC podcast with Jeff Kanata, and I'm a bad person who's blanking on the other host's name. That was cool too. Like, my availability is pretty bad. I'm not trying to say that I'm not busy, but I've also, for somebody who spent like most of their career on YouTube, for sure, just staying in their own lane, playing a lot of roguelites, we've been mixing it up a little bit more this year. React Court is another example, even though it's been a couple of weeks since it's been around. React Court will return. You can find React Court for yourself on store shelves probably upcoming Monday, I'd have to guess. So I've been saying no to some stuff, don't get me wrong, but I've been saying yes to more than ever as well. Feels weird, but also feels good. Good pill, full health. Gulp. That's a great gulp, and actually an immediately awesome trinket right after it. We're on Necropolis 1. I'm trying to think of what we want to do here. So we're only supposed to, by the randomizer standpoint, we're only supposed to go to Blue Baby. It wouldn't be bad. I'm just trying to think, like, the wisp is, whatever you call it, jar of wisps. It's not an incredible item, but if you really put in the work, you know, if you're willing to grind out one of those higher number like wisp payouts, then there's some serious power potential. So I'm just kind of stopping short of, being like, I'm just going to use the Emperor card to get through this run as fast as possible. That being said, if we got a blank card, you know it's on site. Any chance you just want to give me, like, my Boneheart? That's fine. I've come to disrespect Bonehearts in this game. Excuse me, my Red Hearts. Excuse me? Excuse me? I can't pick up any Red Hearts? I know that we have we've gulped the trinket. I'm just like, I thought that it only worked at full HP. I mean, either way, I still, with Sci-Fly, like, that's how much of a believer in Sci-Fly I am. I don't think it matters. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, right. Yeah, probably should have used the wisps. 1, 2, 3, go. Anyway, it's enough inside baseball. I know you're like, come on, Grandpa, quit teasing us. Talk more about WarioWare. It's a good game, okay? What else do you want me to say? Who would have thought that it's not one game would come out and cure my gaming drought, but a collection of many, many micro games would come out. Just when I thought you couldn't be any stupider. Okay. You go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. I do have to tell you, by the way, I haven't been watching a ton of content lately, still working my way through The Last Dance, which, again, makes me very much not a part of the conversation because everybody else watched it last year. But if you haven't seen it, and you have a passing interest even in basketball or Michael Jordan, I would really recommend it. It's a compelling piece of media. That's really good. And we got our Boneheart back even. But I did watch one person. It's just that it shows you the power of one person, right? One person on Twitter said, "Hey NL, I really want to know your opinion on this movie that just came to Netflix. It's called You Cannot Kill David Arquette." David Arquette is a Hollywood actor who was part of the Scream franchise. He did a movie about professional wrestling called Ready to Rumble. He was married to Monica from Friends. Do we know these? Hey, that's not so bad. 1, 2, 3. And is kind of like, without being rude, unnecessarily, is considered something of, like, I wouldn't say well, maybe I would say like a joke in Hollywood, but I don't mean it to be that insulting. He's a much more sympathetic character, having watched the documentary, let's put it that way. But he is kind of like, you know, a punchline for like an actor who's a little strange and maybe like doesn't pick the best projects and maybe is not the most accomplished career out there, okay? And that's a little ruthless, but I apologize. Anyway, I didn't know this, but David Arquette won, wow, that's surprising, won the WCW championship in like the year 2000 to promote Ready to Rumble, which is considered by wrestling fans to be one of the greatest betrayals in the industry's entire history, that this perceived outsider from Hollywood could come in and basically just be put over without having paid their dues like all the journeymen have, which I understand, right, for sure. I could understand their annoyance with that, and of course I just in general have experience with fandom and understand how stuff like that is like, you know, hey, we don't like this thing. All of a sudden, then it gets like, you know, video essays get made about it, and it becomes like a punchline in the community for decades, and, you know, it really rags on the person, I'm sure, for whom the punchline is about. But anyway, the documentary, and I do think it's important to note, you know, David Arquette is not in charge of, you know, booking the WCW. It seems backwards to be mad at him for him being put over when it's not his decision in the first place, and you know, probably anybody else, if the head of the WCW was like, hey, we're gonna put you over here, you'd be like, all right. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, turns out he's actually like a big fan of professional wrestling and wanted to go through like kind of a redemption arc, you know, wanted to like prove that he's actually part of the in-group that knows and respects professional wrestling. The documentary is it's like it's a little Borat-esque. It's like half editorialized, half real, but the lines between it are blurred. Okay, we'll take this. And I honestly would really recommend it. Like what seems to be kind of like a self-indulgent documentary, and it is, but is kind of like self-indulgent as a joke, or maybe it isn't. And it's honestly just kind of like a little insane, but also like very remarkable. It's on Netflix now. I can't remember where it came out originally. Maybe like IFC, but by the way, I think Tooth and Nail saved us twice there. I would definitely recommend it. It's also a very lean watch. It's one of those movies that's literally 90 minutes long. So we'll take that. It is it's a very interesting documentary. And unlike a lot of documentaries, like not sad. I don't shy away from watching you know, a heartfelt documentary, but at the same time, you know, a lot of documentaries are like, here's an incredible injustice that happened, and that's, you know, it's good to learn that stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's also nice to, now I'm thinking, hold on, did I talk about this? Because I remember talking about documentaries very recently. I don't know, man, it's been a long week. It's Tuesday, Lemon. It's March, Lemon? Whatever, I don't know how it works. I don't know, I never watched 30 Rock, okay? I heard it's great. You know what? There's a lot of great things. One of the lessons I think you need to learn as you get older is Especially right now, the amount of great media will outstrip your ability to watch all of it into perpetuity. And the faster you accept that, you know, you can't get everything out of the fire hose, the less strife you will feel as a result. Just watch Breaking Bad. I mean, it's a great show. Is it not a great show? Hank! You can't put cobble into the redstone generator, Hank! Sometimes I lose it. Don't call me sick. I'm twisted. Sick implies there's a cure, Hank. Mr. Anderson. What if Dean Norris played Agent Smith from The Matrix? That's my new bit, is just going, what if actor who didn't play Agent Smith in The Matrix actually played Agent Smith in The Matrix? It hasn't really popped yet. We did have What If Little Nicky played Morpheus. That one seemed to kind of do okay with the chat. We got a few +2s for it, not a ton. We got a few though. Morpheus, wait, Neo, you take the red pill. It's Bookworm, right? Nope. Okay, well, I apologize then. There was no reason to really grab that. Get in the bottle, Adrian. I don't know, it's so Owen Wilson-esque. Anyway, did you hear the stuff? I was gonna say, did you hear the stuff about Nicki Minaj's cousin? I apologize. We don't need to get into it. I'm just saying, as somebody who had a swollen scrotum, I am now thankful, because I always thought it was just due to, like, there being a micro tear, like, somewhere in my abdominal wall that led to, you know, like, torso fluid draining into an area where it's not supposed to drain. Like, that's what my urologist told me. Now I realize it was probably right because I got that MMR booster shot when I was, like, 5 or whatever. Finally, now I'm joking. Dylan, I should have ordered that. I'm joking. I'm now past the point of, like, I think the Daily Show in, like, the mid-2000s was, like, the peak for, like, wow, can you believe how crazy this news cycle is? And now I'm just like, yeah, very famous rapper says that, medicine made her cousin, her cousin's, testicles swell up to an enormous size. Sure, okay, what do you got for me tomorrow? There's actually aliens? Okay, yeah, next, boring. Like, just keep it coming, man. No news story can shock me anymore. I firmly believe that, and I'm sure part of it is just due to the news being, like, so much more rapidly, disseminating than it used to be, but I firmly believe if you took someone from, like, the 1980s and time traveled them into 2021, it would take them, like, probably at least 5 years of just watching television to understand the pace at which information travels in the... like, honestly, even I remember, like, in the 90s, something would be a news story for, like, months, you know? Nowadays, like, I feel like if you had the Monica Lewinsky scandal now, that was, like, a 2-year event in the media that I have vivid memories of. I was, like, 9. Well, it was probably like 10, I guess, but not to split hairs. Nowadays, I think it would be like, and in other news, you know, check this out. Anyway, moving on. I guess Twitter has made a lot of, like, not that stuff that wouldn't have been that newsworthy back in the day be newsworthy now, just because, like, you know, celebrities are constantly saying things, but anyway, what's my opinion on that? I don't know. At some point, I guess you just gotta laugh, unfortunately. It is kind of funny, though. I mean, like, I'm... Let's take the story at face value. I hate to laugh at somebody else's pain, in many ways. But the idea that this guy's fiancé broke up with him because his testicles got too large is actually one of like comedy writers spend their whole life trying to come up with a scenario that's that funny. Like, can you imagine the conversation that they had? I'm very happy to see this Eden's Blessing, for sure. It's like, you know, oh, you're really breaking up with me? It's because of the scrotum, isn't it? It's because my balls got so huge. No. Say it! Okay, fine. It's because of your gargantuan scrotum. Fine, okay? I'll admit it. They're just too big. It's Herculean. Man, to be a fly on the wall. Imagine if Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend played Morpheus in The Matrix. Imagine if, what if, okay, Marvel's What If? What if Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend played Morpheus in The Matrix? That's a da-da-da-da, da-na-na. Okay, anyway, we have fun here. It's only entertainment. Jay-Z said that. It's only entertainment. Well, this run is gonna be a win. Bizarrely, like, I know we lost as Tainted Jacob in this episode, and we threw a little bit. There's degrees of throwing. Like, that was like a Jose Canseco lob. You can also, like, Daryl Strawberry, like, you know, laser beam it from left field. I think he played center field, actually. I apologize, but either way, I'm kind of proud of this run that we kept the Tainted Lilith setup alive. I mean, we do have a lot of great items, and, you know, chief amongst them is definitely Psyfly, so I'm not trying to act like this was against all odds we made something happen. But either way, it's nice, right? Like, it feels good. It feels good to win. And this is a run that we could have lost. There was definitely losing potential, like, wrapped up in this one. But we didn't. But we didn't. But wait, there's more. And this one's a screamer. Okay, success. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. That's a good stretch. That is a good stretch.